This is Spain. Its borders are both internal and external, and at first glance, they can seem confusing or even nonsensical. But like most geopolitical oddities, they're the result of centuries of history, conflict, empire, and negotiation. I'm here to explain Spain's borders. Let's start with the external ones. First up, we have Ceuta and Melilla. Why do they exist? Well, Spain still controls these two autonomous cities on the northern coast of Morocco, despite the fact that they're geographically in Africa. Spain has held these cities since the 15th and 16th centuries. When they were a critical part of Spain's empire, they remained under Spanish control even after Morocco gained independence in 1956. Spain refuses to hand them over, citing their long historical ties, while Morocco views them as colonial remnants. Next, there's Gibraltar. Why is this British territory nestled in the south of Spain? Well, in 1713, the British took control of Gibraltar from the Dutch after the War of the Spanish Succession. The territory has been a British overseas territory ever since. Despite several attempts by Spain to reclaim it, Gibraltarians have consistently voted to remain under British rule. Then we have Llivia, a Spanish town completely surrounded by French territory in the Pyrenees. Why did this happen? Well, in 1659, Spain and France signed the Treaty of the Pyrenees, which saw Spain cede 33 villages to France. However, Llivia was technically a town, not a village, and so it remained a part of Spain. A quirk of language that led to this strange border anomaly. And let's not forget about Andorra, an independent country nestled in the Pyrenees between France and Spain. Despite being almost entirely surrounded by Spanish territory, Andorra is neither a Spanish region nor an autonomous community. Instead, it's a co-principality governed jointly by the President of France and the Bishop of Urgell from Spain. This unusual setup dates back to medieval feudal compromises. But what about Spain's internal borders? Well, Spain is divided into 17 autonomous communities with highly asymmetric powers. Some, such as Catalonia and the Basque Country, have their own languages, police forces, and parliaments. Others have less autonomy. This complex system emerged from Spain's transition to democracy after Franco's dictatorship. The modern constitution of 1978 aimed to balance central authority with regional identities. However, it also fueled regionalist and separatist movements, leading to tensions and disputes over sovereignty and self-determination. Finally, it's worth noting that Spain's colonial past continues to echo in its borders today. For example, the Canary Islands off the coast of Africa are part of Spain, but geographically distant from the mainland. Similarly, Spain's former colony, Western Sahara, remains connected to Spain diplomatically. Even the border with Portugal, the oldest unchanged border in Europe, has a few quirks, like the tiny disputed territory of Olivenza claimed by Portugal but administered by Spain. In conclusion, Spain's borders may not make immediate geographic sense, but they reflect centuries of treaties, dynastic marriages, colonialism, warfare, and political compromise. Each border tells a story of power struggles, cultural exchanges, and evolving identities. So when we look at Spain's borders, we're really looking at a map of history itself. That's all from me. If you want more from this channel, consider subscribing for more content. Thanks for watching.